West High, Chicago, 1985.
Never walk into dark places alone. That's rule number 1 if you've ever had a brush with the unknown. But me? I've never been one to learn from other people's mistakes. Tonight was my night. It all started with memories of my old high school. Abandoned, locked up, and left to rot, it stood like a forgotten tombstone in our town. Whispers filled the air about the place, ghost stories, strange disappearances, but I brushed it off as small-town gossip. Until I stepped inside. That's when I felt it. The place was alive, breathing something dark and ancient. The smell of mold, wet stone, and something else, something I couldn't name, clung to me, making it hard to breathe. Why did I come back? That question kept buzzing in my head as I walked down those old, cracked hallways, once filled with laughter and teenage shouts. Those sounds were still here, buried deep, mixed with something far more sinister. My story didn't start with some sort of bravery. It was born out of recklessness and a desperate need for answers. I wasn't alone. 2 years ago, my best friend Mike disappeared. He always said the school was hiding something. We laughed at him, like you laugh at all conspiracy nuts. Then he vanished, and nobody found his body. Me? I tried drowning the grief in booze, drinking my nights away at the bar. Until I came across the diary. Old, worn out, falling apart at the seams, it belonged to one of the teachers who used to work there. Her entries spoke of strange happenings around the students, whispers fading in the halls, bells ringing at midnight, footsteps that led nowhere. And then there was that classroom. She wrote about trying to summon the spirit of a dead student, but she couldn't set him free. She claimed something had attached itself to this place, something not of our world. Night. Time had stopped. The ticking of the clock was long gone. The air felt heavier, like the place was squeezing the life out of me. The hallways stretched on endlessly, as if someone had twisted reality just to mess with me. Was it fear playing tricks on my mind, or was something far worse at work? You feel it? Mike's voice echoed in my head, just like it had back when we'd walked these halls together. That same low whisper, as if it was being pulled from the void itself. You shouldn't have come back. You don't get it, do you? Shut up. I hissed into the darkness, gripping the cold, damp walls. But I couldn't shake the feeling, eyes watching me from every corner, every shadow. Like I was being hunted. Fear seeped into my bones, freezing me in place. Then I heard it, that damn bell. Shrill and empty, ringing through the dead air. Panic clawed at my throat, and I stepped back, but slammed into something soft and hairy. My skin crawled, cold sweat beading on my forehead.
Spiders! Everywhere! They crawled along the walls, the floor, my skin. My biggest fear had just come to life. They'd always been lurking in my nightmares, but now they were here, real, filling every inch of the school. You thought you could escape? The voice in my head grew louder. I smacked the wall, desperate to break free from this twisted nightmare. But there was only one way out, room 302. I bolted for it, legs moving faster than my mind, but the door was locked. I could feel the spiders crawling up my legs now, and my heart pounded like a drum in my chest. I screamed as I yanked the door open and stumbled inside.
Silence. The room was empty. Just an old teacher's desk, dust-covered chairs, and the diary. The same one I'd read before. I stepped toward it, hands shaking. I flipped it open, and there it was, the final entry. Those who come here never leave. You're one of them now. As the meaning hit me, the light around me started to dim, and I realized this wasn't just a haunted place. This was a trap. A force we couldn't even comprehend. I heard something move behind me. A hand reached out,
slow and deliberate, like something out of a nightmare. And that's when I knew Mike never left. He was always here. And now, I'd stay too. Tomorrow, they'll announce that the school's been sealed off again. But no one will say why. No one will ask what happened to another guy who thought he could dig up the truth. And if you ever hear a school bell ring in the middle of the night, run! 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 Because someone's already trying to stop you.